I've been doing art for most of my life. I started wanting to be a fashion designer, and so I currently go to an art school, and I started out in the theater tech side where I kind of focused on costume design. Since then, I really fell in love with the whole rendering process and drawing, and I've really become a lot more interested in the visual arts aspect, and I've just been exploring a lot of different mediums since then. With the Invisible Circus, I used oil paint. It was actually my first time using oil paint for such a large piece, and it's probably the largest piece I've worked on. It looked very different in the beginning than it does now. It took me almost the whole summer before my junior year to complete, and that was going in every day and working for about 5 or 6 hours on it. It was really fun to paint a lot of different me's, being able to capture every expression and all of the figures. There's a little me in the front. I'm purple, and I tried to make myself look as I didn't have any emotions, kind of emotionless. On the outside, that's what I look like. And then the larger head is kind of supposed to show this is my brain, and these are all of the little me's that are kind of jumping out, and I'm pulling out my hair. So some of them kind of express joy or frustration or sadness, or kind of my curiosity. I think I'm popping out of an eyeball at some point. It kind of reminded me of Inside Out, the movie, where they had all the little emotions in their head. So it's kind of my take on that. Our emotions, everyone kind of expresses them in different ways, and I think expressing emotions is kind of how I would express my individuality, and I feel people's emotions is what set them apart from others. The way that my brain works is different than how someone else's brain works, is different than how someone else feels. It shows a defining factor in a sense.
The Distinguished Award for Youth Art goes to Lauren Young for Invisible Circus.
I was kind of surprised because I just submitted for fun. Sometimes the piece that you make for fun would be your strongest piece. I didn't put too much thought into it. So when I heard that I won an award, I was a little shocked. I was also in the middle of another piece, so it kind of caught me off guard.